we're taking extreme measures for these whale people, but as we could accidentally kill ourselves doing something as simple as launching off a trap, they don't care. It's never gonna end. They're gonna make it harder and harder and harder until we don't even have a job left. And if you just sit back and be complacent, you're gonna be lost, and you're gonna regret the fact that you were warned that they're coming and it's time to take sides. Crabbed up. That's called getting crabbed up. I kind of jumped the end of the herd here so that I could get a spot for the fall. But as of right now, we're the only ones fishing it. So no one's got to pick out the crab yet. So right now what we're doing is hauling triples, which is we're at one of the last few places you can still do that. We've already changed a lot of regulations and rules due to these fucking whale rights activists. Half of them ain't never seen a whale. Fucking a lot of tension on that. At least a couple 100 pounds pulling you down. So, we agreed to make the lines. The vertical lines are what people have a problem with in the whale rights activists. That's all the lines going from a buoy to your gear. So what we've done, where we could safely fish 3-potters, as you can see, fairly comfortable, fairly safe for us, we had to make a law. We had to follow the law and agree as lobstermen that from 5 miles out from the 3-mile line, which the 3-mile line, it means everything out from that is federal. So now 5 miles out from that, we have to do trawls, which are at a minimum 10 of these traps held together. Now you could only imagine the tension of another guy on you, and now you got 20 traps you're pulling up times, you know, you got like at least 1,600 pounds of tension on you. That's fucking dangerous. And of course, Noah and all you fucking PETA people, you don't care if I go overboard and don't come back home. It's all about you. This fucking whale bullshit ain't real. It's not our gear pulling these fucking whales down. It's all your fucking smartphones, all this shipping, all the food we need to bring in through mass quantities, government ships. They're taking them down, killing these whales, and they float over our way, get twisted up in the gear, and all of a sudden, it's our life that's in danger, not any of yours. So then we gotta bend over and take it in the you-know-what, just to make you fucking happy. Wow, you could care less if I lose my job, because the last thing you're gonna do is eat a lobster. You'll go eat a tofurkey before you do that. We're gonna show you just how much more dangerous hauling trawls is. And now we already agreed to this rule so that there'd be less lines going up and down. You know, put it this way, we got a triple. Now say you got 15 traps on a line with only 2 lines. Now you've taken out, instead of 5 vertical lines, you only have 2. So we did that to help you fucking whale people. And it doesn't end there, because wait till you hear the new rules. This is just like Kavanaugh. We agree to something, and you're gonna find a problem with what we agreed to, but you're not gonna go back and say that was the problem. What you're gonna do is say that what you're doing isn't enough, and we just need more penalties on you. We need more time, and we need more crap. It's the same shit that's happening to Judge Kavanaugh now. This FBI finding, all they're gonna do is find some other, put it this way, fucking virgin boy till he was 25 years old is gonna become a serial leg humper here in a minute. So now we got 2 vertical lines. And this is only a 10 plotter. Of course, you can go bigger, but this is the minimum, which I like. Because for one, it's a lot safer. A lot less on the line. Each one of the traps I build costs $100. Then just the line itself is another $350. That's just for the ground line. Then the 2 vertical lines that come up, that's another $30 total. This setup's another $25. The other end, that's the high flyer end, that's another $50. So these whale activists have made us now go from bottom we could fish 3 pots on, 1 line safely, to now a minimum of 10. Because now there's less chances for a whale to fly into a line going up. So you'd think that would have made them happy, just like these Democrats asking for this FBI investigation. We know better. They're going to find something else they don't like. And that's what's about to happen here. So now that we have a ground line, you know, you need a strong ground line between these 10 traps, or else it's going to snap off. It's a lot of gear and a lot of weight, you know. 10 traps times almost 60 pounds, that's 600 just in traps. I might as well show you this sunrise. This is what we get out here. No land. So now the ground line's coming out. What they've realized now is, they say, well, now that you have 10 plotters, you're actually using heavier ground line. So what they're trying to propose is we use skinny ground line, so that now if a whale catches our trawl, which he won't, he'd have to scoop. We got sink rope for one, so that rope is on the ground. That whale would have to be swimming with his mouth open, scraping his jaw across the bottom of the rocky bottom, which we know ain't happening. But so they want this ground line after these fucking whales are apparently scraping their jawbones on the bottom, just trying to get caught up in now our ground lines. They want us to go to a skinny ground line, something that's only enough tensile strength that a whale can break it. So what they're pretty much proposing is that we put a rope down here that can't even hold our traps, and which is effing insane, because they've already made us go from float rope, which if we broke a trap off, we had floating rope to connect them, but they said the whales would get caught up in that. Now we got sink rope, so the rope just goes to the bottom. Nothing can catch on it, but it gets all snagged up in rocks. We already sacrificed that. We're the only ones getting fucked here. Our lines are breaking all the time already. And now they want us to go to a skinnier line that'll break even easier. The amount of gear we'd be losing on the bottom would be a negative effect on, not really the ecosystem, but just for the fishery and whole. Now I gotta go find a spot that I can fit these 10. I can't go just drop 3 and call it good. Make sure there's enough room to drop all 10 off. So you can see the triples I was hauling yesterday, that was a lot easier to do than what we're doing right now. Unfortunately, the way I just hauled this, I just got some rope up under the boat, but should be able to pull it through. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now, he's got to run all 10 with all this line on the floor going. And if something happens to him halfway, he better hope and pray that I notice, or else he's getting sucked out of the back of the boat there. What our high flyer looks like. And the other end is down there. I don't know if you can see it. High flyer end. There's a buoy off in the distance. These two are actually close. So you can see that's the south end. Put on a big double buoy like that. And then that's the back end of the trawl we just said. And this one, front end of the trawl. Thanks to these whale people, we're just making our job dangerous, harder, not safer for anybody, not even the whales, but we just keep getting stiffed all the time and no one's sticking up for us. That's why for all the fishermen out there, these Democrats, they don't care about you. Don't pretend they do. For all of you that don't look on social media, you should see the shit they talk about anybody who doesn't agree with them. We are scum. We are fascists. We should be wiped off the earth. It's time to get mad or you're just going to get left behind. So Senate Majority Leader today said something that I think really wraps things up with this whole NOAA interfering in the fishing communities. He said today, Mr. Trump, if you open up your ears and you listen closely enough, you're going to hear the Democrats slowly moving the goalposts wider and wider. But we're facing the same problem here with this. There was a time in my father's life where a pair was a big deal. So that's one buoy, 2 traps. There was a time when having a lot of one buoy, 1 traps was probably a big deal too. 2 years ago, a federal law from NOAA and all this whale thing to reduce vertical lines, now we needed 1 buoy, 3 pots. The same year, we make another line in the ocean that's 10 pots minimum, 15 pots after another line. So you see this goalpost getting wider and wider, and it's never ever gonna end. It's just gonna keep going and going and going, all in this fight for this invisible mass execution of the right whale. Which any fisherman out here, you gotta be like, how many dead right whales have you seen? You aren't seeing them. They're not there. And a lot of anything they've ever found was old rotten debris that if you go carbon date already died friggin' how many weeks or months before it floated down to us, got tangled in the gear. That's what rotten fish does. It gets tangled up in shit. It's mushy. You think it's going to go by and just keep floating? No, it's going to squish right into that trap, and now all of a sudden you're friggin' at fault. It's not the way things work. This line's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Non-stop. It's just going to keep going. And for all these guys inside, not fishing federal, if you think these rules aren't going to come for you, after they're done making a joke of us, we're going to be able to handle it, because offshore there's a little bit more room. Not really. Don't think there is. But there's just enough away from the mayhem that you can get a trawl on the bottom of the ocean sometimes without getting in a mess. Well, imagine now inside that the federal government tells you, hey, everybody inside 3 Mile, it works so good for the guys offshore, I think you can do the same thing. 10 pot minimum inside. Now, could you imagine that? You're saying, no, that's stupid. That ain't ever gonna happen. We're never gonna fish that, and I'm not gonna do it. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter what you want to do. It doesn't matter about anything. It matters about liberals' feelings and liberals who have money that don't care about you. They're not going to come to your house and see if you had a bad day and you fought with your wife, or this and that happened, or you lost your job, or you didn't make a boat payment. They're not going to be there. They don't care. They're not going to be there to give you a big hug. Nobody's going to be there, in fact. You're just going to be there wondering how things got this bad, and think back to yourself, man, if only I could have done something, except got left in the dark. Well, you can do something, and that's fight NOAA, for one, because they don't have their best interests for us at all. They're the same people. They're making all these laws. They're the same people out there wearing their Patagonia comfy sweatshirts, walked outside and told everyone how rough their job was today because their shirt got a little bit of dew on it. Oh my God. And it was so cold. We were taking temperatures outside, and then a fishing boat came in, and we noticed that he could have ran over a whale. There's no saying he couldn't, because hey, he doesn't remember hitting one, but that doesn't mean he didn't remember not hitting one. This is the type of shit we're working with. These are those type of people that we're working with here. And it's never going to end. You think I sound crazy, but I was still the same friggin' crazy guy that said in 2015 Donald Trump was going to win. I knew it. I knew the expressions on people's faces. I knew how taboo this was going to be. And I knew that there's one thing that gets people driven. And this is one thing that should get every single person driven here listening to me. There is nothing more supportive on a fisherman's end than anything that pisses off liberals. And you want to know how to piss off a liberal, a granola, anybody who is anti-lobster, anti-fish, don't eat this, don't wear that, you're not a boy, you could be a girl, don't friggin' shave your head, who knows where it's going. Do you know how to piss them off the most and show them that you pissed off? You support Donald Trump. That is the snow melter. That is the thing that makes them It is the destructor of everything you could possibly do. Is every time you support anybody who supports Donald Trump, you're supporting anti-liberalism. You're supporting anti-PETA. If you want to give a big fuck you to PETA, you got to take that same finger, put one of them there, go to the office, down ballot, Republican. It starts with an R. That's how you know. And then they put little quotes around everybody's name so they don't mix you up. And they put an R, R, R. Every one of those people, you give them a check. And that's how we stop this. We gotta squash this before it starts stinking. People in Maine, we like to be left alone, but within the next 2 years, it's coming at you. No matter what, you're not gonna be left alone anymore. The things that happen in these big cities, they're coming, and you're not gonna have a choice. You're gonna be herded along like cattle. So it's time, if you want to be the cattle herders, you gotta go vote. And if you want to be the cattle getting prodded by left and right and used for what you are, and then when they're done with you, you just toss aside like meat, you can be one of them. But I choose to run the ranch, not be part of it.